Slap Viper.
Hey guys, we are here with my show review for NAO Kakuta's produced show, Cross. It's been over a year since my first review of a show, and NAO Kakuta is one of wrestling's most underrated and underappreciated wrestlers. And I never got to do a full video on the Rat Chaser, and especially with her retirement just looming right around the corner. Today, I want to give a tribute to NAO by reviewing her show that has a lot of people from her past and her present. This show is memorable for many things. Of course, it was Himeka's first in-ring appearance since her retirement gauntlet last year. The costume battle royal with all the NAO Kakutas. And it has the return of Natsupoi to a TJPW branded event since September of 2020. Where she and Sayori Ano will take on the team of NAO Kakuta and Tae Hanma in our main event, which is a callback to 2018 AWG, where all four of them faced off in the same combination. Our opening match sees Cherry take on Kakeru Sekiguchi, hopefully I'm saying that name right, with Himeka as our special guest referee. Himeka gets a very loud reaction for her entrance, and everyone's already smiling, including Himeka, who is ear to ear at this point. After some pre-match heckling, the match finally gets underway, and Cherry and Kakeru try to get chants for the both of them before it slowly transitions into chants for Himeka. Cherry and Kakeru go for a test of strength and get Himeka involved, who tries to remind both that she is a referee. After a back and forth and some jaw-jacking, Cherry stomps on Kakeru's foot, much to the dismay of everyone in the crowd and Himeka herself. Cherry starts ripping out Kakeru's hair, then locks in some crazy submissions, almost like a modified figure four, but Kakeru gets the ropes. Kakeru comes back with a big crossbody and more offense. Kakeru hits the STO, but then we get a hilarious roll-up sequence from both wrestlers as Himeka hand gets more and more tired and hurt from the count going on, with no one being able to hold back their smiles and laughter. Kakeru hits some more offense, then Cherry strangles Kakeru, and as Himeka tries to count out Cherry, disqualify her, she grabs Himeka's arms and forces her to do a double team maneuver onto Kakeru for a very slow 2 count by Himeka. Cherry argues with Himeka, but Kakeru rolls up Cherry for a very fast 2 count, but kicks out, of course. More arguing ensues, and now Kakeru and Cherry team up on Himeka, which I was very shocked about because I thought Himeka was more helping Kakeru, but anyways, I mean, it works out well because not for those two, but for Himeka, because they both throw her into the ropes, and Himeka hits a double lariat with possibly the biggest pop of the night, and then the crowd chants for Himeka as she throws them both into the corner for an attack, but then both get out of the way just in time as Himeka is in the corner selling. Both Cherry and Kakeru brawl, and after they brawl, they get tangled up fighting both for a backslide. The Himeka comes out of nowhere and rolls them both up and counts the win for herself, meaning Himeka won this match. That match had me very emotional, as you can tell. I honestly wasn't expecting Himeka to be as involved as she was, but credit to where credit is due, everyone did their job well. Kakeru and Cherry, I haven't seen a lot of them before. I definitely need to check out more of them later on and stuff, but they both did incredible as well. It was a very fun match. Like I said, I was not expecting Himeka to be as physically involved as she was, and it might just been wishful thinking. I know I shouldn't probably think like this, but it kind of gets my hopes up a little bit for Himeka's future in wrestling. I know there's a lot of factors that led to her retiring, of course, as we all know. But I don't know. Like I said, you never know with professional wrestling. Now on to the NAO Kakuta Everywhere Battle Royale, where it starts out with Yuki Kakuta and Arisu Kakuta The point of this is everyone is wearing old gears from NAO Kakuta. Eliminations are over the top rope and pinfalls. Um, After some back and forth, now shenanigans from Yuki and Arisu, out comes Suzume Kakuta, who attempts the big boot to major failure. Suzume and Arisu even do the double hair twist to Yuki in tribute to free Wi-Fi with that. Mizuki Kakuta is out next and take care of both Suzume and Arisu before grinding Yuki's face across the top rope, as we then get a four-way face scrape across the top rope. Actually, three-way, because Arisu's face wasn't getting scraped across the top rope, but you get what I mean. Last person to enter is Palm Kakuta, who gets rushed by everyone in the ring and then goes on a spree, shin kicking all of her opponents in her path, besides Mizuki, who berates Palm, and then everyone in turn berates Palm, and then grabs her hair, and then we then get an actual five-way hair pulling, because they went in a circle, all grabbing each other's hair, pulling it out, and whatnot. Then play a game of Will the Real NAO Kakuta Please Stand Up, as all of them then go into this sequence of attempting NAO's offense to varying degrees of success, which then leads to Suzume and Mizuki being the first two eliminated, and Palm and Arisu Endo go for roll-ups on each other, and Arisu a bit later dumps out Yuki. And then the final two are Palm and Arisu, and after both attempt Shidenkais and other methods to put each other away, Arisu boots Palm and eliminates her to win. Another very great match here. It was just very fun all around. It was a very fun match all around. You can tell everyone had a joy of a time acting as NAO and doing her mannerisms, like with the hair pulling and the big boots and the little the neck choke across like the top rope and whatnot. Up next, we got Himawari taking on Maika Ozaki in a fight of the hosses. Match I was really looking forward to. We started with the feeling out process, both women sizing each other up. Himawari tricks Ozaki, drop down spot, and gets a close 2 count. Both try to shoulder check each other, and Maika finally knocks down Maika, working over Himawari for a bit. Himawari refuses to be put away by Ozaki. Speaking of which, Ozaki goes for torture rack, but Himawari hits the arm drag, starts to mount a comeback. Both go blow for blow until Ozaki gets sent down and hit by the throwback by Himawari. Himawari goes for the cradle toss but gets grabbed into the torture rack. It's a nice transition to go to fireman's carry into the torture rack. And drops Himawari to go for the senton from the second rope, but Himawari dodges out of the way and hits a shoulder tackle to take down Ozaki and hits her with the cradle toss. Himawari locks in the maple leaf on Ozaki, but then Ozaki gets to that. Himawari goes for one more shoulder check to try and finally put away Ozaki, but then gets caught by huge lariat by Maika. Ozaki then follows that up with the muscle buster for the win. These are the type of matches that I really enjoy. Big people doing big people things, just running into each other, clubbing each other, really showing off that power and strength that I really like. On to our main event as Natsupoi and Sayori Ano take on Taue, Hanma, and NAO Kakuta. Of course, like I said before, this was a match that dated all the way back to AWG in 2018. These two teams fought. Natsupoi getting a really big reaction, and like I said, I don't think anyone was expecting Poi to be in any other TJPW branded show. Even with something like this, of course, we could have never predicted something like this happening, due to the I'm gonna say right now, alleged comment that she made that goes, and I quote, "Friendly girls who do boring wrestling." But, you know, time heals all wounds. Like I said, that's an alleged quote. Apparently that made Yuka really mad, but we're not going to talk about that. Poi starts out with NAO in the feeling out process until NAO starts grabbing at the hair. and trying to hide her cheating from the referee. Tay and Nao hit a double team maneuver onto Poi, and Poi continues to get worked over until Sayori comes in and helps Poi turns the tides in their favor. Sayori gets tagged in, and then everyone gets in the ring for a brawl, but Sayori and Poi get sent into the corner, and most people at ringside get up at the instruction of Nao to hit a bunch of moves into the corner, I'm guessing onto Poi and Sayori, but of course we'll never know that, as Nao runs into the corner, her attack gets dodged, and everyone just starts out of Nao in the corner, doing all the running attacks and everything. Heck, even her tag partner gets in, but nope, actually just hugs Nao before Sayori ruins the moment by attacking them both and continuing to work over Nao. Poi gets tagged back in and does the same until Nao hits a bulldog and tags in Tay, takes out Poi and Sayori. Tay is a house on fire at the moment, and Poi and Tay trade submission holds back and forth until Poi is able to get the ropes and mounts a comeback for tagging back in Sayori. Tay surprises Sayori armbar, and Poi comes in to stop Tay with that. Tay, not having any of that, goes to the top rope, but Sayori and Poi stop her from doing that. Hits some crazy perfect plex from the top rope. Sayori tries to go for another fisherman suplex, but Tay locks in Sayori in some Zack Sabre Jr. like maneuver. But Sayori is able to grab the ropes. Now gets tagged in, and all hell breaks loose, and everyone is back in the ring. Now and Tay hit dueling submissions onto the ropes, and now and Sayori go boot for boot, with Sayori winning the exchange and hitting a side fisherman suplex. Poi gets tagged in and goes on the offensive before her and Nao go blow for blow. Nao is now on the attack and hits a hammerlock flatliner. Nao goes for Shinden Kai, but Poi gets sent into the corner as Sayori and Poi attempt to double team Nao, who counters them both, but then gets kicked in the head by both at the same time. Poi goes for backlash and gets a 2 count. Poi goes for the dropkick onto Nao onto the ropes, but Tay runs in and hits a flying armbar onto Tay, and Nao hit a double team move onto Poi, and Sayori breaks up the pinfall attempt at 2. Then all get 4 women down after all of them beat each other up. And now tries to go for Shinden Kai again, fights back, but now responds with a cross-arm DDT. Poi fights back with a German suplex, and Sayori flies off the top rope with a dropkick to Nao. Poi goes for fairing ring, but nearly gets rolled up for the count of 2. Poi hits 2 massive kicks to the head of Nao Kakuta, falls, and Tay is there to break up the pin. Sayori takes out Tay, and Sayori hits a fisherman suplex as Poi then hits a cartwheel moonsault onto Nao Kakuta for the win. After the match, everyone gets in the ring and chatters, takes pictures, and even slaps Nao on the back for trouble. Nao Kakuta's final match is mere weeks away. An incredible main event. Honestly, very glad Nao got to produce this show. This match in particular really tugged at the heartstrings. It was everything and anything you could have asked for a match like this to go out. Before we end today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Nao Kakuta. Knowing that I never really got to make a video on her, I just really wanted to just talk about just her a little bit. Like I said, one of the most underrated wrestlers, one of the most underappreciated wrestlers ever. I feel a little bit bad, but of course, I'm sure she doesn't feel bad at all. Like, she's seemingly really enjoying this retirement tour, and I'm sure she has enjoyed wrestling for all the years she has competed in it. And to think, like I said, one of the things, she's not like old. I'm not saying she's old, but she's always been one of the older members on the rosters like she's been on. And honestly, I'm really proud of what she has done, even if it wasn't anything, even if it wasn't everything she hoped it, like everything she wanted, like to plan out and everything. It sucks that she only got 1 championship to her career, and that championship was sadly just taken away from her because of the whole Hikari Noah situation. I'm not even going to get into that. That's a whole other can of worms I'm not going to open here today. But yeah, like I said, it kind of sucks for Nao. Like I said, she's always been super underappreciated, super underrated. Always gives 100% in everything she's been in. She's a charm to watch. And honestly, TJPW is not going to be the same without her. And wrestling in general is not going to be the same without her. But yeah, hope you enjoy your retirement now, Kakuta. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to buy Dubby. Look at all the links below. Donate to my coffee below if you want. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been Quincy of SlapViperLLC, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.